What's up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby W223 here. Now, I just got through watching Black Bond's video on the whole Wii U hard drive thing, which was actually a pretty funny video. I'm not gonna lie, but this video is just about, this could be catered to anybody, folks that blindly defend certain video game companies or certain game systems or just any video game company or any video game system, even though they may do certain things that they don't actually agree with, they'll just pretend like it's okay, or just blindly follow them and things like that. And I'm using Ndub Nation as an example. Now, I'm in Ndub Nation myself. I know some of you guys are going to get mad and complain and say stuff in the comments because you don't actually listen, but I'm not just targeting the Ndub Nation. I'm just using you guys as an example. Okay, good, but this could be directed towards anybody. In fact, I'll talk about myself real quick. I defend the Sega Dreamcast all the time. To me, the Sega Dreamcast is one of the best home console systems ever made. One of the best. It's one of my favorite systems. I think it's a very underrated system. I think it has a system that had a lot of potential, but Sega fucked up with it. I think it's a really, really good system, and they did a lot of cool things with that console, and I will defend that system to the death. So I brought myself, guys. So because I know you guys. I know how Ndub. I know how you guys are. Like I said, I'm in that group. Now, you guys who are sitting up here trying to defend the Wii U and the whole hard drive thing, you guys are pretty much going to become PC gamers. You do realize that. This is me personally. This is one of the things that I like about consoles, is that I basically have pretty much everything I need hardware wise in the box. When I go to the store and I buy a system, everything I need is in the box. That's why I like the PS3. That's why I like the Dreamcast or any, of the old school systems, because you really got everything that you needed in the box. Now, when we started getting to PS2 systems and Xbox 360, that's when they started, taking shit out or try to be like, oh, well, if you want this, then, it's an extra $50 for this, or blah, blah, blah. The PS2 with, ironically, the hard drive. Only thing about the PS2 where I would say that the PS2 slightly gets away with the whole hard drive thing is that's a last-gen system, and you didn't really need a hard drive as much as you do now, but it was starting to get to that point. And Microsoft, they kind of saw that, and they had a built-in hard drive with the original Xbox, like how Black Bond showed in his video. But ironically, Microsoft with the Xbox 360 started taking a bunch of stuff out, like they had models or pretty much all their models didn't have Wi-Fi up until recently. They had the built-in Wi-Fi recently, but Xbox 360, if you wanted Wi-Fi, you had to buy that separately. Certain Xbox 360s didn't have a hard drive in it. Everybody remembers the whole high def HD DVD thing. If you wanted that, you had to buy that separately. Things like that. Things that I kind of look at more of a PC thing. As far as buying graphics cards, upgraded graphics cards and things like that. That's what I kind of, when I saw the 360, when that Xbox 360 first came out and I heard about all this, I'm like, damn, so if you really want the full thing, you got to buy all this stuff separately. I'm like, that's some PC shit. Nintendo kind of dabbled with it back in the day on the N64 with the extra RAM and stuff like that, which to me was also ironic because they had the most powerful system at that time. But anyway, like I said, PS2, if you wanted to play like something like a Final Fantasy 11, you needed to buy the hard drive separately. And stuff like that pissed me off, because that's why I like consoles, because you're supposed to be able to get pretty much everything that you need hardware wise built in. And it's like the Wii U is supposed to be a next gen system, and there's still this problem. It's like buying a brand new car, ain't no air conditioning in it. Ain't no air conditioning in it. You see what I'm saying? It's like ain't no air conditioning. It's like it's like what the So that's just, my thing, that you guys are sitting up here, blindly defending Nintendo because you guys like Nintendo. And I like Nintendo too, but that doesn't mean that they're a perfect company. That doesn't mean that their consoles don't have flaws. That doesn't mean that it's stupid that they're not going to have a built-in system, when like Black Bond showed and was talking about how technically old. I guess you can consider the original Xbox old school now, since the Wii U is about to come out. That's supposed to be next gen. You know, whatever you want to consider the original Xbox, which has a built-in hard drive, and it still works. And yet the Wii U is not going to do it. And how much was the original Xbox when it came out at the time, when it was considered a next gen system like the PS2 and the GameCube? How much did that cost? You tell me that nowadays they can't put 120 gig hard drive in there and it wouldn't cost that much. I mean, the PS3 right now, you can get a 120 gig PS3 for $250. You tell me $299 Wii U is a horrible price point? You tell me people wouldn't buy a Wii U 120 gig model at $299? Stop blindly defending companies, and that goes for anybody. I'm just using Ndub Nation as an example. All right, y'all. You guys pretty much want consoles to go the route of PCs. That's what it sounds like to me. You know, these companies taking shit out, like I said, like Xbox 360 and stuff like that. Oh, well, if you want this, you buy that separately. Oh, yeah, that's another $100 for it. No. Give me everything in the system. This is a game console, not a PC. There's gamers out there that aren't PC gamers. We want basically the full experience out of the box. Not go to this shelf and grab. No. 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 This your boy Bobby W223 signing out.